The record button has been hit. We are away, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ready Bang, the Aussie Arm Wrestler podcast. I'm your host, the Aussie Arm Wrestler, and always with me is the prestigious award in arm wrestling. It's the third place amateur left hand 80 to 95 kilo placing trophy. It is an award that everyone wants. But as you can see on the screen, look at the guest that I'm lucky to have at the moment. This guy is a worldwide puller, and I reckon he has ticked off every state in North America. He has come, he has conquered and collected the trophies over a number of years. He was the runner-up at Zloty last year, 2019, which is an unbelievable feat in itself. He's probably the most underrated and underappreciated puller in the world right now. He's the spiciest, he's the sauciest, he's the most hot chiliest. I call him Hot Sauce. You know him as the Iron Man. Daniel Mosier, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on here.
Absolutely.
Glad to have the opportunity to talk to you.
As always, mate, I will be having a beer with every guest that comes on. And what have you got there?
Cheers. Oh, it's a Sam Adams Summer Ale.
Sam Adams, a Samuel L. Jackson beer.
Right?
Cheers. Fantastic. How are things going with you at the moment, my man?
Everything's going well. We're just staying busy with work and taking care of all the peppers. I actually just put them all in the greenhouse because it's supposed to get cold tonight. So it's a full-time operation, making hot sauce and keeping up with everything.
I've heard nothing but great things about that hot sauce. I need some over here. Can you guys ship to Australia?
It's so expensive.
Yeah.
Actually, shipped a package to Devin. It was like $54 to send him a small package. So it took almost a month for him to get it. So it's very hard to ship across the border. So we would love to actually talk to Ryan about sending maybe like 100 bottles over to him. So he's working on it, and I'm trying to find some shipping opportunity for him so we can get it to him at a reasonable price.
Yeah, he's always got his finger in everything. Bless him, Ryan. What a man. What an absolute man. Mate, we'll get straight into it. One thing I just want to go right into, and something I have a lot of respect for, is you took one of if my research is right, you have taken one of the biggest gambles in arm wrestling. You sold your house, your car, your truck, all your equipment. You sold everything so you could move to where you are now in order to pursue arm wrestling. Is this true?
Yes. So the job I had when I lived in Ohio was kind of staying the same, and I wasn't really advancing like I wanted to. And then I came on a job in Louisiana and met my wife. So I had an opportunity to come down and train with Craig Touye and Ray Hendricks and all the Southern Slammer guys in Louisiana. So after about 4 years of time in Ohio and dealing with the cold weather and snow and ice and hail and all that, Lisa and I decided to move back down here and pursue the arm wrestling. So it was probably the best opportunity, the best decision of my life to come down here and actually train with guys that were way better than me and learn from the best. So I'm glad I did that.
Was there ever a stage where you just kind of went, yeah, this arm wrestling thing isn't working? Or did you feel, I'm on here, I'm Dan the man, I'm getting it done?
Yeah, the first tournament I went to was the Ohio State Championship in 2011. And I won the novice class and met Cobra Rhodes. He was there, Andrew Rhodes. And I actually got the opportunity to go start training with him a while after that. But after the novice class, everybody talked me into getting into the pro class. So I think it was the first match had Scott Ballinger, which he was very strong at 198 pounds. I was like 188 or 189 pounds or something, but thought I was going to do good in the pro, and he pretty much hyperextended my elbow and forearm and everything turned black and couldn't turn doorknob, pull handles on cars and all that stuff for a while. So that was a quick lesson of what not to do. You don't want to jump in the pros very first tournament. So, quick lesson learned.
I mean, you're out there winning, not winning Novice Class, mate. It's all about third place. Just, if I've got to keep bringing this in, you can have all the wins that you want, mate. It's all about the third place. Well, by the looks of it, you are sponsored by every single company under the sun. So I'm hoping with this big gamble that you've done, mad respect for doing it. I hope it is paid off. As I said in the intro, I reckon you're one of the most underrated and underappreciated superstars going around, because every time, I think every second, if you don't follow Dan Mosier, go on my tangents here. If you don't follow Dan Mosier, let me explain his social media. Monday, photo of his wife. Tuesday, Peppers. Wednesday, state title. Thursday, photo of his wife. Friday, Peppers. Saturday, state title. It's just those three. It's just you are just full of trophies. How many? Because state titles and everything, they're achievable, and North America got some of, if not the best pullers in the world. But obviously the financial side of things aren't the best. But how many different states have you won?
Oh, I can't even count. I've been through Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, Michigan State Championship. Went to Canada and pulled the Mike Gould Classic. Been to Australia, overseas to the Arm Wars Championship in Cologne, Germany. Florida State. WAL, won several of the tournaments of WAL, won the majors where I got the big California arm wrestling bear in California, Havoc in Hollywood. But I won a ton of different state championships and top 3 in several state championships when I first started. So it's been a lot of fun to travel all around and go to all the different states. And I know a lot of other states don't enjoy it when somebody comes from somewhere else and takes their state titles, but it definitely gives you a test and lets you know where you're at, like kind of nationwide.
Now you do get to travel. We'll go through some of these. I want to have a chat about these state championships. Actually, let's go into it right now. But before I do, you're one of the guys. I'm a huge fan when anyone brags about their wife. I'm a big fan of that, and I can hear the commentary in the background from Lisa. Do you want to show the world Lisa and bring her on the show quickly and say hello?
She's over here snacking, eating some fajitas right now.
No, that's fine. We're having a bit of technical issues, guys, and Lisa was a great help. Anyone that brags about their wife, every time I get a chance, I speak about my wife who's watching the Kardashians upstairs. But going back to these state titles, like you were saying, there's Louisiana, there's Texas, there's California. Recently, you won the Mississippi Arm Fighter state title. Now, it all seemed to go going very well. The matches were great. You beat some quality people. I believe it was Dallas Langston in the final. Then, Sorry?
It was Chad Silver.
Chad Silvers, sorry.
Yeah.
In the finals. So you came, you saw, you conquered. You do what Dan does. But then all of a sudden, there was a bit of an aggressive Facebook post I was reading about everyone, like yourself. It was either yourself or your lovely wife that posted it, about everyone getting stuck into you for winning. What was all this about?
Well, the bad thing is when you start winning and you go to tournaments and you win, you beat everybody. Everybody that doubts you starts looking for a reason that you might have cheated or you fouled or you false started or you did something like you didn't really earn that. You actually cheated to get that win. And that's not exactly, that's not at all how it went, because you have the highest grade of refs. You got Sean Hancock, who does an excellent job reffing. Tim Bresnan, all the refs over there did an amazing job, and I didn't have any complaints from anybody about anything. And then all of a sudden, when the videos come out, there everybody's complaining.
Everyone's a couch coach and things like that. But yeah, okay. So people complaining that there might have been some false starts. Does everyone know that we are the biggest cheats in sporting history in arm wrestling? When it comes to a setup, we're trying to get a millimeter above and things like that. It was quite interesting. So someone at your level, one, how does that make you feel? You know, because like give us a double bicep pose, give us a quick look.
Oh,
Give us
I got nothing to show.
Mate, that's not made overnight. So there's plenty of work into what you do to be in the shape you get. So when you read all of this from the arm wrestling community, how does that make you feel? And how do you respond to it?
Well, I try not to even respond to it because I know I was there, all the refs were there, everybody was there in person, and they saw everything. I'm just very fast, and I'm proud of how fast I am. I've trained for 8 years straight to get that fast and to time my hit and to be as strong as I am off the go. And it's not just about being fast. There's no possible way you could be fast and beat someone that's 400 or 500 pounds in the super heavyweights. And they will attest to that. So anyone that thinks just fast, it's not just fast. There's got to be a lot of power behind it or you're not going to be able to pin them. You don't see any 154-pound guys winning the super heavyweight class. No. So there's a lot of strength involved, and it's not just speed. But, you know, I'm proud of the training that I've done and the point I'm at now, and I try not to let anybody dampen that or, you know, put out the fire. It just makes me train harder.
Yeah, and if I don't know if you can go... The only negative you have about being so fast, just not enough time for the Aussie arm wrestler to call you matches. By the time I say ready, bang, it's all over. Slow down, Dad. Right. Slow down for me. Just a couple of teasers so I can give you, because I'll try and call some of your matches and I try and send them to you and it's like, ready, bang. And that's it.
But that's, to me, I mean, it's a lot of skill involved in it, and people work all their lives to try to time their hit like that, and some never even get that type of hit. So I'm very lucky to have made the progress I have in a short amount of time. And I want to keep on. I want to be one of the best.
Well, you are one of the best, and that hit's unbelievable. It's phenomenal.
Thank you.
It's second to none. No one, I believe at the moment in the world, no one is as fast as you on the ready go.
I appreciate that. Worked very hard.
It's borderline scary. But speaking of scary, you put a post up the other day, and it was very fascinating. Is it true your 6-pack is one short?
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. If you want, can you share this story? This is unbelievable.
Yeah, I was actually in a car wreck, and my bottom ab muscle had to be taken out and put in my forehead because I had a big hole, what do you call it? Fractured skull. I had a hole in my head. So now I have some plates. I got 5 plates, 20 screws, and a bunch of staples across the top of my head. There's a scar that runs across the top of my hairline. Looks like a football's been sewn up, but they pulled all the meat down, patched the bones, did some plastic surgery and stuff, and got it all patched up. But they had to put my abdominal muscle underneath the bones and the plates to keep it from sinking in. Otherwise, it would be a big concave forehead. So that's where they took my... They were supposed to take some fat off my butt, but I didn't have enough fat on me at the time,
yeah,
so they
had
to take a piece of I'm not real cut down or defined right now. I've been eating too much.
So you have you have an abdominal muscle in your head.
Yes.
That is unbelievable. Unfortunately, it's an arm wrestling podcast, but I could honestly just speak. I think the human body is fascinating because you posted the photo, and I was having a bit of a read, and I was like, I need to know more about that. So guys, just remember, when you start flogging someone on social media, everyone's got a bit of a story. And in Daniel Mosey's had 47 stitches, and he's got plates inserted and things like that. And when it comes to your tournament, it probably takes him forever to get through the airport because it's all bloody all the metal detectors are going off, and he's got to show them that besides his guns on his arms, he's got no weapons. So just leave him alone.
You're right. They don't bother me too bad. They let me through.
Mate, that is absolutely unbelievable. Now, you spoke briefly that you had won some of these smaller, I shouldn't say smaller, but WAL events. One of them was called Havoc in Hollywood.
Right.
What makes it Havoc in Hollywood? Was that just a fancy title? Why, not only that, why wasn't it like a part of the 400 series or 500 series? What made it different?
That was back before they started all the 4
Okay.
and 500 series and all that. It was one of the major events, and it was a qualifier to go to the actual finals. And you had to be ranked, I believe, the top 6 in the United States. You had to be ranked in the top, I think it was 6, maybe 4, I don't know. But whatever it was, I was almost there. I was like at 7th. So I needed to get my ranking moved up to 6 to be able to go to the finals. So Storm Chelino was actually there, and he was ranked above me at the time. And we ended up having some great battles. And I ended up coming out 4 of the 6 matches I beat him. So that moved me up to where I could go to the finals. But then at the last minute, the finals got canceled. I believe that was the year it got canceled. So I wasn't able to do that.
So that's frustrating. So 500 series, they couldn't fit you in. So someone that dedicates their life and really making some noise, not only in your own country but worldwide. How does it feel? Because 400 series you weren't on, 500 series you weren't on, and which goes back to me feeling that you're overlooked and underappreciated. How does that make you feel when you know you've got the tournaments? Probably my main question is, you being too fast a detriment to being on the WAL?
It may be, because I know the WL, they want matches that are like appealing to TV and that are a lot of drama and a lot of battles and wars and all that. And that's not exactly my style, because I want to be the best, the fastest, and the strongest I can possibly be. And that may not be the best for their show, because they want a lot of, equal matches that are almost the same strength and last for a long time, and battles and wars and all that. But I feel like I've showed my worth at the Zloty Tour tournament and all the tournaments that I go to. I'm definitely at the level I need to be, but it may not be the style of matches that they're really wanting to see. But if I can get matches with someone my equal level of strength, then it'll be a lot more enjoyable of a match, or more desirable, I guess you'd say.
So then, so who would you feel at this stage if they went, right, Dan, we want you on WAL. You pick the opponent. You pick the opponent so we can get you a bit longer, because you pull like you're on your lunch break and you got to get back to work. You just got to quickly get it done and then go back to work. So who would you want to have on WAL that you think we would finally see the endurance side of your game?
Oh, there's a lot of great opponents on there. I know Neil had mentioned like Paul Lynn and RBJ and some of the other guys that are the top level guys. And I feel like it'd be great matches, but I'm not really training. I'm not really working toward a exact match or anything right now. I'm working on myself and working on some of my low points in my training and turning all that into positives and getting myself to where I'm at a higher level all around. So I'm not really worried about being locked into any contracts or anything. I want to kind of be the free agent where I can kind of go where I want and compete where I want, and not be locked into something where I'm dedicated to one league only and I'm not allowed to pull where I want, because I want to be the best in every league, not just one.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's quite a surprising answer. I think people don't understand that when you do pull for WAL, you're locked in, which is understandable. I get that. So yeah, that's a very, very interesting answer. And it's funny you mentioned Paul Lynn, because right before the Aussie Arm Wrestler became the Aussie Arm Wrestler, I did a fantasy booking match, and I had you versus Paul Lynn. I said that needed to be on the 600 series. So, and Paul Lynn's been on the show, which I'm very appreciative of. And yes, do it, WAL. Daniel versus Paul.
Yeah. Right. So we had two really good matches at the Arnold. Actually, three. I had beat him in the preliminaries. Then he came back in the finals, and he got me in the finals. So I feel like we got a little unsettled business. And eventually, we'll make it work on that and see who's the man that day. Because everybody has their day, and he was the man that day. He's a great guy, very respectful, and there's no greater guy to win or lose to than to Paul.
Yeah,
he's
no
a great
one
guy.
says anything bad about Pauline, and I love Pauline, but I just might try and find some dirt on him. We gotta find something. There's got to be something bad. No, he's fantastic. I definitely wouldn't do that. You
maybe
brought
it when he was a kid. I said maybe he stole some candy when he was a kid or something. Maybe you could find something.
That's it. I'll swap hats and put my detective hat on. Pauline's got to have done something.
Right.
I reckon I could find out that he once didn't say thank you for receiving a drink off his mum, and then the can of worms opens. We'll get the advantage, Dan. You and I will get the advantage over him. But the juicy story, what I think's juicy, it's unbelievable. Including myself, you shocked the world. You shocked the world. I'm sure you didn't shock yourself, but you went to Zloty. And not only did you go to Zloty, you almost won the whole thing. So what is Zloty? First of all, I could talk about Zloty forever. So the first two I'll ask, what's Zloty like, and what were your expectations going in?
Well, to me, it was probably the highest level of competition of any tournament I've ever been to. Everything very professional. It was like a huge production. It wasn't just arm wrestling. It was all the film crews, the lasers and the lights and smoke, and they had a DJ on stage and the cheerleaders and people walking everyone out to the stage. And the level of competition was definitely the highest of any tournament I've been to. And when I got there, I don't think really anyone knew who I was. But then, they're in their little group talking. And when I actually went up and I won a couple matches, then they started thinking, wondering who it was and wondering how I was doing well, because a lot of guys from the United States don't do that well.
Nah.
So I was really proud to be able to kind of put on a show and surprise everyone and let everyone know who I was, and at least not finish last, because there's so much competition there. You never know if you're going to win a single match.
Well, how many were in your weight class?
I think there was maybe 14 or 15 in my class. I'm not sure the exact number. There was a big chart on the wall, but I didn't really pay attention to how many. I just wanted to go up there and win, and I was trying my best to focus on winning and not worry about who was coming up next.
So when does the spice level come in? When does the hot sauce level come in? Because you turn up and you win, and you win your first one, and you win quite convincingly. Then the second win rolls on. When does this? Yeah, when do you just feel right? I'm unbeatable now. I'm going all the way.
You got to feel like you're unbeatable when you walk into the tournament. You can't go in there thinking that anyone in that room can beat you, or you're already going to lose. So you got to have the confidence to go in and plan on winning, no matter who it is or how big or how fast or whatever. You already have to know that you've trained harder and you're going there to win.
That's what I love to hear. I'm sick of all these participations award and it's okay, Dan. You did really well at 9th. Let's give you a medal. No. I'll tolerate a second place. I definitely love a third place, but that's it. That's it. If you're being the best. Because when you were talking about the production crew and everything, on screen it looks amazing. What's the atmosphere like when you walk into Zloty? And you've got they have the flags and they've got the cheerleaders and you're walking just to the table.
It's unbelievable. It's like I mean, they make you feel like you're some WWE wrestler, like a superstar wrestler or a Hollywood movie star or something, because they have so much money put into it and so much put into the production part. The stage and everything's all set up perfectly. They got tables with fancy tablecloths all through there, and you're sitting with guys like Dennis and Plinkoff and all the arm wrestlers that you've seen online, but you never even got to be at a tournament with, and all of a sudden they're sitting with you at the table. So that was really cool to be able to see that level of competition and have the guys sitting right there with you.
Yeah, man, it looked unreal, and you absolutely blitzed through the competition. What went wrong? Well, I shouldn't say what went wrong. The final, you come up just a little bit short. I was definitely cheering for you. What could you have improved on? Yeah, what happened?
So in the preliminaries, the guy that ended up winning it, I had a match with him in the preliminaries, and I had him all the way down to the pad. They actually called me the winner, and my elbow had came off the back edge, just barely came off the back side of the elbow pad. All I had to do was push, and I would have won. But I didn't realize how close I was to the edge. I was so caught up in being first and being stronger and being fast, I didn't realize my elbow position. So I already had the guy down 2 matches and ended up fouling out. And then in the finals, I went home. We went back to our hotel room for 4 or 5 hours. I took a nap, and when I got up, it was like I was in third gear or something. Like I was trying to take off, and I wasn't fast, and my reaction time wasn't right. But no excuses. He was just faster, and he got my hand turned out and ended up putting his foot against the table and pressing me down. So, there's nothing you can do when you get in a position like that and someone's a little bit faster and your timing's off. But I was very second, I didn't know if I'd win any single match in the whole tournament. So I was very proud of it anyway.
Oh, mate, absolutely you should be proud. Like, to come second in arguably, if not the biggest tournament in the world. It's okay to like yourself a little bit, Dad. It's okay to say that you're pretty good at this sport. Sometimes you're too nice. You need to get a bit of your own hot sauce and just take a bit of that and just let everyone know, hey, yeah, I'm pretty good at this sport.
Yeah, I try to be the best. I want to be the very best, and I try to be humble and not be big-headed about it or anything like that. I've worked hard to get where I'm at, and I want to keep climbing.
Oh, absolutely. And for a couple of elbow fouls in a winning position and, yeah, maybe not having that before the final, you were just about the best in the world.
Yeah, on my first try. Yeah. So I'm very, very proud of it.
So then what does the future hold if any borders or anything open up? What's the next 12 months looking like for you in the arm wrestling world?
So I definitely want to go back to Zloty, and I plan to compete at a heavier class. I'm going to compete at a 95 kilogram class. And if an opportunity were to open up, I would like to be in the top 8 if they were lucky enough to choose me or whatever. And I'll see how I can do against the rest of the top guys. That'd be a huge, huge opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. They should. Maybe I'll put some subtitles because I'm not sure how good they are with my accent. But just pick him, top 8. Just pick him now. Just do it. Put him out of his misery. Give him something to train for. Wrap it in a bow and put it underneath his awesome Christmas tree. Pick him for top 8.
I think my type of arm wrestling and my types of go and the speed and everything fits really well with their type of arm wrestling. Yeah. Because that's how pretty much all those guys pull over there. They're so fast. And I learned a lot just from going to that one tournament. And I feel like that's helped me advance in all the tournaments here in the United States too.
Oh, yes. You're absolutely smoking everyone in the US. So I think you're doing all right. But then from the USA to Australia. So this was probably right as I was getting into the sport of arm wrestling. You come visit us here in Australia. How did that come across? And yeah, what were your thoughts on it all?
The trip all got started when Ryan came to do the 6-round super match with me for the Arm Fights 3.0. Yep. So he actually came to Louisiana, and we had the 6-round match there, and I was lucky enough to win against Ryan. But he came and stayed at our house, and we talked about maybe making a trip over there. So for our honeymoon, Lisa and I got married, and for our honeymoon, we came to Sydney. So Ryan got with everyone and set the whole tournament up around the trip, the time we were coming to visit Australia. And he actually came and showed us all around and drove us around the country and took us into the mountains and Jenolan Caves and shopping and out to dinner and all that stuff. So we ran around all over the place. And Ryan's a great guy, on and off the table, super respectful. And he helped us out a lot when we came there. So I had a match with Brett Coots, which he's like a monster. He's probably 220, 230 maybe.
Yeah, he's a strong guy.
Big guy. Oh, very, very strong. But I was lucky enough to get the win on him too, because I believe that he wasn't used to the fast goes and the power off the go and everything, and I was able to beat him with some quick hits, and lucky enough to come away the winner of the super heavyweight class over there in that tournament afterwards also.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. Would you ever have a left-hand match? Brett's strongest hands on the left.
Oh.
Would you ever have a left-hand super match with him?
No, see my bicep, I have a half bicep. I tore my bicep tendon.
Oh.
I got the cuts and they reattached it and all that stuff. So it's strong, but nowhere near Brett's level. He's very, very strong. We pulled a little bit after the tournament, and it's like, he would beat me easily. So there's no way I'm at his level. He's like top level left-handed, very, very strong. Actually got on Ron Bath left-handed too. So
yeah,
he's way up.
Oh, he's unbelievable in his left. We need to make left hand great again. I can't believe how much your body's like RoboCop. You're cut open and everything's ripped open and moved everywhere. Didn't even know about the left arm bicep ripped apart. Do you have a muscle in your body that's supposed to be where it is?
Just my forearm, I think, is the only one. My right forearm. I'm proud of it. I worked hard for it.
Yes, look at that. So I almost have to zoom out there. That's fair. It is.
Right?
It is looking unbelievable. Look, I hope with all the garbage that's going on, I definitely hope you can come down my way in the near future. We're as a country here in Australia, we're getting some bigger and better people, and you love pulling super heavyweight, and we're getting some really good heavyweight pullers, and you're just a cool guy. So definitely hope you can come down to Australia.
Where do you live exactly?
So I'm in Melbourne. So I'm basically at the bottom right-hand corner of Australia. So you visited more the top right-hand corner. I'm way down the bottom.
Lisa's dying to come there and visit, so we will definitely put that on our
heard
list.
the food is really good in Melbourne.
Absolutely.
She wants to eat the food.
That's fine. The food, the atmosphere, where I live is fantastic. There's always room at the Aussie Arm Wrestlers house for you and your lovely wife. Absolutely. I'll be more than happy to play host, that's for sure. Just take it easy on me on the table, Play around with me, Dan.
Oh, for that third place trophy, I'm telling you.
Wait, whoa! Whoa! We don't get abusive on this show, my friend. Oh, what?
Oh, no. Just a little bit of fun. Third place is way better than last place, I'll tell you that. So I've got tons of third place titles over the years, and it took me a long time to even get to third place. So that's something to be proud of.
No, you're right. You have been phenomenal. Now, I like to play a game with every one of my guests. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the name of 3 pullers. And out of those 3, you have to choose which one you're going to pin, which one you're going to lose to, and which one you're going to tell they are not competing in 2021. They have to have the year off.
All right.
So I'm going with Giannis Amelins, Jeff Hale, and Sam Harris. So out of those 3, you've got to pin one of them, you've got to lose to one of them, and then you've got to look one of them dead in the eye and say, you're done for 2021.
Oh, that's a tough one. But I always love to see Jeff compete. He's all wild and crazy. He's got the black frame glasses and gets all wild. But so if I was going to pin one, it would be Giannis because he got pins on me after the tournament at the National Arm Wrestling League Championship in Scottsdale. It was the same day that Ryan got the wins on me after the tournament.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my arm was completely blown out. So, other than that, I would like to see I don't know. I think I would have to let Sam not compete in 2020. Sam's a great guy, too. I mean, he gets the bad end of the deal.
Wow.
So
you were just told the lightweight WAL champion that he's not allowed to compete. The nerve of you.
I know. I don't know who's going to take that spot, but if I was going to beat someone, it would have to be Giannis because I owe him one.
Yeah.
And then if I was going to lose to one, I guess it'd be Jeff because he's all acrobatic and crazy at the table, and he's always fun to watch. So if I was going to lose a match, it would have to be to him.
Yeah, all right. I'll let you get away with that. Jeff is unbelievable. All righty, and the next thing I love to do, I am going to fire some questions at you, and without thinking, I want an answer.
Oh, all right.
All righty, here we go. Do you prefer super matches or tournaments?
Tournament.
Are you a fan of the King's move?
No.
No.
In an emergency situation, but I don't like it myself because I'm not good at it. If I trained it and I was good at it, then I would, if I had to use it, I would, but I'm not good with it. I'm way better with my own technique and trying my own moves first. If it was a last resort, then yeah, but I'm not good with it. And I guess I'm not a fan of it because I'm not good at it. It takes a special skill to be good at that.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, contracts aside, don't think about that. Would you rather pull WAL or top 8?
Top 8.
Top 8. Yeah, I thought you were going to lean that way.
Top 8 is around.
Yeah, of course, and you pick tournaments. That makes sense. There we go. If you were a Spice Girl, would you be called Hot Spice?
I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'd be Mosier Spice.
Mosier Spice. Now, do you get the head sweats from your own product?
Yes.
I love
Especially
the head sweats.
Soaking. Those Carolina Reaper both make you sweat a lot.
Oh, right. Before I go on for the next couple of questions, the challenge is set. When we can figure out how to get a whole heap of your sauce to Australia, I want to do another interview with you, and we're both having the sauce throughout the program. And by the end of it, I want us both soaking wet from your product.
All right. It won't take till the end.
No.
It'll only be a few minutes in.
I want to see if I can still talk while pouring milk down my body.
Right? We can definitely do that.
Couple more questions. Are you called the Iron Man because you love ironing your clothes?
No. Iron Man actually started from working in refineries, and we used to do a lot of structural steel and crane work, rigging. So when you're working with iron all the time, everybody associated me with working with iron and structural steel. So that's where the name Iron Man got started from. And it kind of just grew from there and into the strength sport and into arm wrestling. So I always try to stay in decent shape. So they kind of associated that with being the Iron Man, I guess. But I've been called that for probably 10 years or more. So, yeah. Kind of an ongoing thing.
I find it very ironic that you are like, because I love nicknames in sport, and I find it very ironic because your matches don't even last a second, but yet you're the Iron Man. And to me, Iron Men go forever. And you win competitions in under 5 seconds. If you put all your matches together, it would almost be under 5 seconds of work.
Right.
That's unbelievable.
So that's a huge advantage. If you don't have to expel any energy and you can go right through everyone, you get to the finals and you're more or less fresh when you get to the last person. And some people may have had wars and they may not be half as strong by the time they get to the finals. So I have an advantage by that.
Oh, absolutely. You work smart, not hard. That's unreal.
That's right.
And then, because you live in Louisiana, I just want to know, every year, do you guys still celebrate Bobby Boucher turning up at halftime and winning the Mud Bowl?
Adam Sandler is one of my favorite actors, but I don't have any celebrations or anything. I always watch his movies. Some of the movies he's got lately aren't that good, but I still try to watch them and find the funny in it.
Do they who would be more famous in Louisiana, Bobby Boucher or you?
Probably me at the time, because I don't think too many people even know who Adam Sandler is anymore. I hate it, but I'm trying to be neighborhood famous anyway.
Definitely. And before we finish up, I will get you to nominate someone to come on the show. Who do you think would have a good time on the show?
You always pick the best arm wrestlers on there anyway. Maybe she over here trying to tell me somebody, and I can't hear what she's telling me.
Speak up, Lisa. Speak up. You can nominate for him.
Jonathan Lamba, he's funny.
Oh, she said Jonathan Laba.
Okay.
He's always got something crazy to say. Have you had him on before?
No, I haven't had Jonathan on. Here he's a funny guy. So beautiful. That is a good nomination. And then I need you to do the best Aussie arm wrestler impersonation. As you know, at the start of every match, I give it a ready, bang! I want to hear your impersonation.
So you've done a lot of them. You do them a little different, I guess, to what the normal person does. I don't have a good imitation of it. A ready, bang!
Oh, come on.
I have a good imitation of it.
Lucky your hot sauce is spicy, because that was weak. No.
That's terrible. I'm not good at impersonating that accent, I'm telling you.
No, I'll wrap it up there. Guys, Daniel's also starting to put his stuff on YouTube, so I'll put the link in the bottom of this. After you subscribe to my channel, head over to Dan's channel. Help the guy get paid. A lot of these fantastic arm wrestlers are doing so much for the sport. They deserve to get paid. And if you can help him out on his YouTube channel, he's got arm wrestling content for days putting on there. So go help him out. Dan, I cannot thank you enough. For those who don't know, Dan finished a big day at work. He walked straight in the door. We had a bit of technical difficulties on both ends to try and get it going. So I really appreciate, mate, just as an arm wrestling fan, as a host of the podcast, I really appreciate you coming on the show.
Thanks again for having me. I had a great time talking with you, and we'll do it again one of these days. Hopefully it'll be after some more wins and some big tournaments. I want to be that world champion.
You will be, mate. You will be. We'll definitely make sure it's all there with the hot sauce. Guys, from me, it's fantastic. Dan, I wish you and your wife a very Merry Christmas. Thank you for going on the show. Subscribe to me, subscribe to Dan, and I can't wait to speak to you soon.
Thanks again. Have a happy holiday.